podcast is brought to you by nobody this week. We're looking for sponsors. So if you guys want to sponsor our show, this is the time to do so. Me and Casper do this shit for the love of it, for the community, to cultivate our culture, to keep it alive and present. We don't think about the money when we do this. We truly don't. But if you guys want to help us out by donating any amount of anything you guys can donate, even if everybody donates $1, that would be a great help to us, and it allows us to have more time to produce, write more shows, and bring this content to you guys.
That's what's up. So yeah, thank you for tuning in, and please chat with us. Take the time, to appreciate what we're doing for you, because we appreciate you. We're just trying to give back, and we're trying to help this culture grow. And because it isn't just about slow-mo air flares in black and white on YouTube. It's about communicating, discussing, this culture that we love so much, and figuring out what we need to do to grow. So that said,
not just slow motion air flares, but air chairs. I know
air
that
chairs.
there was a lot of air chairs.
Is
this
this
weekend.
live, Smurf? I don't know if that's live.
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up to Shock Daniels?
Shock Daniels, thank you for the love. And again, if you're just tuning in, we appreciate any donations, whether it's $1, $50, food stamps. Just send it over so we can keep bringing you content.
That's right.
And help this keep going. And again, if you're just tuning in, like I said, we could have had plenty of people that want to jump on board as a guest, but we just wanted to kind of just do a special podcast where it's just Smurf and myself, and you can ask us, and we could talk about, this culture that we love. And
talk about life.
Yeah,
talk about
whatever.
movies. If you guys want to talk about any movies you guys want to watch, are expecting. If you guys want to talk about music, any albums dropping. If you guys want to talk about any battles, right now's the time. And I'm speaking of movies, Casper. Did you see the haunted house down the street?
Yeah, it's the It Clown.
The It Clown.
Yeah.
Are you going to it?
I'm going to see the movie. I haven't gone to the house, though.
Oh,
but, yeah, but still.
There's a haunted house in Hollywood, for those people that don't know. And I believe they're sold out, but I would love to go. So if anybody has tickets, please holler at us.
And I got this guy, Angel A, saying, love the show, guys. Get Crazy Legs to come on. See, this is what I want to talk about. A lot of people come to me, and I'll just leave Japan and be like, hey, come back to Japan and do a workshop. And it's like, you guys got to help, for us to bring Crazy Legs or like all these guests that you want on board to be on this live podcast. We need donations, man. Like, it's all coming out of our own pocket. The studio, bringing these guests, coming here, bringing content weekly for you guys. It's very difficult. So for you to just say, hey, bring Crazy Legs on, bring Ivan on, we would love to. And we're going to, but we need donations, anything. You could do it at Venmo. You could do it on our PayPal. You can do it on our, what else?
Patreon.
We got Patreon. Any of those things would
And don't
help.
be shy. Even if you guys just want to donate $1, they can do that.
Yeah, just $1, whatever the case may be. It helps greatly to keep this podcast and this B-Boy News alive and keep going and strong.
We got Slinky from BKZ. He says, thank you for making me part of the Ramble segment in the last B-Boy News. The B-Boy that crashed.
Yeah. I saw him on the YouTube comment also. Yo, it's all love, bro. It's all for fun.
It's all love.
And we appreciate that you have a good sense of humor about it. That's what it's about. It's just kind of, laughing it off and understanding that breaking, it doesn't have to be so serious, and we're all not gang fight. We're not doing that anymore. It's not the 70s.
Nobody's gang
We're here.
banging.
We're having fun. Dancing is fun. So is breaking. So it's just all about having fun.
There's a question from Pablo, and it's in Spanish. He says, what do you guys think about rocking?
Yeah, I love it, man. I love any style of dance, like, that's involved with anything with, like, funky music and getting your head to bop. So, I love rocking. Me, personally, I love it. I also think that a lot of B-boys kind of, like, take it too strongly, and then they forget, they try and, I like seeing breaking, and the rocking aspect is dope too because it's involved in breaking, but I don't know, there's too many B-boys that do it wrong, I guess, and it's just like, if you're going to do it right, I feel.
I saw a battle last night, and I thought it was this year's battle. It was Rebel BC1 AllStars versus Team France at IBE. And there was a moment in the middle of the battle where everybody started up-rocking each other. And it was dope. The only fucked up part is that nobody knew how to up-rock, so it looked really silly when everybody got up and just try to hit somebody and try to, like, jerk down, but it didn't look right. So, yeah, if you're going to do it, just know how to do it.
Yeah, it goes back to a lot of our podcasts where B-boys just want to look a certain way instead of learning that certain way. So, like, they act a certain way. They just want to not really learn fork, so they talk shit and then they do their fork and it looks trash, or,
True.
Their mentality, their battle mentality, they want to act tough and they're not tough. I think it's just, you're doing this at the end of the day for yourself. No matter how many BC1s you win, no one's going to remember. So you just got to understand, do this for yourself. Those are the people that are remembered when you stand out from the crowd, when You know, because there's a lot of B-boys, a lot of B-girls nowadays, and I feel like to stand out isn't to be an asshole or to take someone else's move and do it better. Just like be yourself, you know. Do 3 moves. You don't have to do 40 moves. Do 3 moves, but if you're yourself, people will see it, you know. You feel me? When I started breaking, I was breaking with Air Force Crew, and then I found, you know, I wasn't really breaking. I was popping with Animation. May he rest in peace. That was, to me, you know, he was like a father figure. I considered him my teacher in popping, and so I was dancing with him in Hollywood Boulevard, and you know, I was with him for years through Promenade, Santa Monica to Hollywood Boulevard, just Venice Beach, hitting. You know, to me, he's like the master of hitting in the West Coast. And I saw this group of B-boys, and there was like 15 plus of these B-boys getting down. And what was great about Animation, he always let me, you know, even though he's my teacher, he would always let me be free within my dance. And when I saw Smurf and all these guys, yeah, like he just knew that's what I wanted to do. And he was like, go ahead, man, go ahead, do your thing. Like I could see that's where you want to grow with them. And I would always go back to him, but I really appreciated him just go ahead and push me and go, hey, that's what you want to do, go ahead and do that. And when I went over there, you know, the whole group of guys didn't want anything to do with me, you know. They just thought I was a young punk that would probably snitch on them or take their money because, you know, more people than less money for them. But Smurf was the one that was like, nah, go ahead, man. Like, you know, like even though I was a little dude, he was like, go ahead, you can break with us. Like, I feel that you feel this too, so come in and vibe with us. And then from there, we became a crew, and we became, you know, more than a crew, but like kind of like brothers.
We were street hitters. We're like street hitters on Hollywood and Highland. And we didn't really fuck around with little kids because we were a little bit older. And Casper came around, but Casper wasn't like a regular kid. He was already in the streets. So when he came to us and he wanted to break, I mean, shit, you can't go wrong with a dope little kid in your crew, you know? Bottom line.
I was whack.
Nah, you were dope. And you're whack now, but you were dope back in the days.
For sure.
The first time I made Animation was in '95. And I met him in Venice Beach with Little Caesar. And I did a street show with him. That was my first street show ever, was with Animation. And ever since then, I was stuck. We lived together. This motherfucker went to Korea. You battle born. And you came back and you were like a pop star. And then you were just battling everywhere. And I just wanted to do the same thing. I just wanted to battle people. So
well, we definitely pushed each other to, like, you know, back when we started breaking together, like, it was already the time where you can't just, like, not nowadays, where you can just jump in any cipher and cock any judge. Like, it was like you couldn't just break in any circle. So, I mean, there was crews like California and all these crews. And a lot of the crews, you know, were worthy of winning. But then there were just names that were so high level that they would just win even though they lost, like, probably, like, 4 battles ago. But they would just always win the same battles. And for us, we were always the losers, you know. But I always liked being the loser, you know. Like, it kind of, it built character for us. And we kept going until we started winning. And we, you know, we'd go to any event, get into, you know, fights or you know, just learning the system of, like, you know, this underground scene. Then at some point we were finally allowed in the ciphers. We were finally winning the events, and I think it was just us pushing each other, both of us pushing each other, and both coming from the streets and both, like, kind of learning from, like, a, you know, hard upbringing. But you know, like I said, it builds character, and from there, you know, we were a crew, and those 15 deep that didn't like me and didn't want to talk to me, we became a crew because we respected each other. You know, we built each other up. You know, we didn't, you know, whatever the negative actions that were, you know, we made sure that we would, you know, help each other positively. And then we became troopers back, I don't know.
Hollywood Troopers.
Hollywood Troopers.
Well, I'm going to rewind it a little bit because Hollywood Troopers was actually a crew that was made up before 2000.
Right.
And it was made up by a guy named Scrap and Jacob. That's Sweet Feet, a.k.a. Sweet Feet. And but
it was a street hitting.
It was a street hitting crew, but we made it into a fucking household name.
Yeah, we made it into a crew. Like, we made it into a crew. They were like, yeah, they had a bucket out, and we did too. But we became a crew where it was just like battling, and like all that shit. But
and we traveled everywhere to battle.
Yeah,
you know, and it was fun.
And we're gonna get to all your questions right now, but we're just kind of talking about, because today we are the guests. We're gonna talk a little bit about our upbringing and how, you know, we got where we're at today, you know. So we're, you know, we came from the Troopers. From there, we became Boca because crews kind of started scattering because of money issues and, like, you know, arguments. But then we all kind of built together and we became, you know, finally the strongest crew we had on the streets, and it was Concrete AllStars. That name comes from basically hitting on the streets. I mean, we all kind of like Los Angeles lifestyle, so we rock Converse. So Concrete AllStars. Also, we braked on Hollywood Boulevard, which were the stars, and it was concrete, so Concrete AllStars. That's how we created that name, and we stuck with it till this day. And we're gonna have our anniversary again, like I said, on the 19th. So if you're in Los Angeles, please stop by, have a beer if you're of the age, or get down with your bad self and enjoy the ciphers, enjoy the good tunes, because that's what it's about. But Smurf, wait, let's go back a little bit to where did you start breaking?
I started breaking in South Central Los Angeles in 1995.
It was 95.
Yeah.
So around the same time that's funny that you and I both kind of got into the street scene because of animation.
Yeah.
Both of
that
us.
is weird.
Yeah.
Animation was just Air Force crew in general, you know, like they're a big pillar to Los Angeles, you know.
Yeah, they're huge. They're a huge deal. I mean, the Air Force crew is like the main reason I started hitting was because they were the first crew to let me get down, you know, and I was whack, you know, like, but they were like, come on, come break with us, you know.
Somebody just asked about what did I start doing, graffiti or breaking first, and I started doing graffiti in '93, and I started doing graffiti in my first year in middle school in Mark Twain in Venice, California. And I grew up in South Central, but my mom put me on a yellow bus to Venice, thinking Venice was a better neighborhood, but Venice was the worst. So I learned a lot of bad shit in Venice and took it back to my hood. I was breaking from 95 to like 2000, but I was just doing flares, windmills. It was just all power. And I didn't know what B-boying was, you know, like until I went to Summit 99. And I saw all those B-boys in person, and I was like, oh shit, this is real, you know? So I think that along with street shows, I started doing street shows in Hollywood in 2000. So it just landed at the right time where those years were just trying to build a name, you know?
And I feel like that's where that's why me and Smurf connected so like loudly, because we both just wanted, we were hungry, you know, we were on the streets, we wanted a name. Like everybody else just kind of wanted money on the, you know, they were just worried about the money. And Smurf wanted something bigger, you know, he wanted a name because he was breaking, you know, even if we're breaking on the street, he's still breaking. And he was like, you know, how come there's all these dudes and I'm just here with a bucket? Like, you know, that's definitely who we are, you know. We came from the streets hitting, and it made me who I am today, and I'm sure with Smurf. But he wanted the name, and so did I. And I was like, yo, let's do this. Like, let everybody stay back if they want to stay back, and if you want to go, then let's go, you know. And that's where we started doing that. I saw the question someone asked about why did I battle Born. I mean, that's like, I was battling, again, I come from, like, Smurf and I come from the streets, so if you're not battling B-boys, which is every day on the street, then you're battling each other, or you're battling other styles of dancers that are talking shit on the street. It was just a battle every day. So it was weird when I went to jams and no one was really like getting down like that, other than like the elders, like K-Mel and all these dudes. Everybody else weren't really like getting down like that. Like from what I saw, everybody says they were, but like, I don't know, like in 2000s, there was people ciphering, but there wasn't a lot of battling, and we battled all the time in the streets.
We used to get called out in the streets.
Yeah, we used to get called out every day. If not, then we're battling each other over arguments, you know? Like, we were just battling every day. So when I went to jams and everybody said, oh, we were battling all the time in 2000. No, like, there was ciphers, way better ciphers, but not everybody was battling, not from what I saw. But I just came from that street background of just, like, you battle. So when I went to, I think it was 05 or 06, I went to Korea, and, you know, I got much love for Born now, but like back then, we had this kind of like a family bond, you know, with, you know, certain dudes from Rocksteady and Flipside Kings and Skill Methods and Boogie Brats. We had this thing, brand new old school, but brand new old school, and like, you know, that was like our set. And when I went over there, this crew just had this giant jacket that said brand new old school on it. And I was like, I don't know these guys. And they're like, oh, that's Rivers Crew. And I was like, I don't care. Like, and so, I mean, we saw that. And I was like, hey, take that jacket off, you know? Like, it was just straight up. Like,
that's gangster shit,
take that jacket off. And then he was like, why? And I'm like, that's my crew's set. And he was like, no. So I was like, all right, let's battle. And then, you know, from what I hear, like, that was one of the first big battles in Korea. So I don't know. Fuck. I was just doing what I learned on the streets, you know, just battling. Like, that's what it was, you know. He was wearing a hoodie that said brand new old school. I told him to take it off. He didn't understand it, so I was like, okay, there's only one way he can understand, is if I call him out. He's wearing it right there that says brand new old school on it. And then, but you know what was dope is after the battle he took it off. So I appreciate that. I respect that.
And everybody got hyped that time, right? And like, did you feel the energy? Everybody got around you. Everybody was like, "Oh shit, a fucking American."
I just thought it was funny because all these guys were so hype, and I was like, I do this every week. Like back then, I don't battle anymore because just everybody wants to give me the cock, but
by then you were already like
I was
in the streets.
I was already
you were
learning.
breaking.
Yeah, this wasn't like my first battle, maybe theirs, but this wasn't new to me. This was like how I grew up battling in ciphers. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, that was normal. It was odd because everybody in that crowd was like, "Oh my god, that was so life-changing," and I was like, really? It's like a Thursday to me. Like, I don't know. It was just funny. But anyways,
big shout outs to Born. Yo, big shout outs to Korea.
Yo, Born's nasty, bro.
Korea's been putting in work right now.
But yeah, I mean, just going back to what I was saying, like, yeah, Smurf and myself, like, there was just something different about us back on the streets. Like, everybody was street hitting, but they just wanted the dollars, and I saw more, and so did Smurf, and we just kind of like became double trouble and just like started entering anything we could and losing all the time until we started winning, because that's what breaking's about, is losing. You have to lose to win. If you win all the time, you won't even, you can't learn from that.
We actually lost more than we won.
Yeah.
And so anyways, let's go to some questions.
Yeah, let's go
I
to
would
some
like
questions.
to know, what do you think about original moves which don't look aesthetically pleasing?
The VR,
in
they
other
see the
words,
Starbucks.
not natural. Excuse me?
They're like Starbucks boys. They can see.
All right, we're on 3D. If you guys could see this.
If you're just tuning in right now, just so you know, we're also on Facebook Live. You can see us in virtual reality 360. So I guess they can see our Starbucks and our garbage crap everywhere.
And I got an Uber card that I couldn't use this morning for some reason.
We appreciate you guys. If you have questions too, what was the biggest change in your lives? Biggest change in my life was probably, maybe two things. So, understanding that now I'm an adult, and, the whole street hitting and all this stuff, like I had to change a lot of things. And also maybe my old man passing away, which is it's his birthday today.
Happy birthday, Gord.
Yeah. So, when that happened, I kind of realized, oh shit, like we don't live forever. Like it just doesn't work like that. You know that, but you're not aware of that until something huge like that impacts you. So when that did happen, I was like, oh, I need to get my shit together. I need to start doing things like this BBoy News and, things that I enjoy and do things that I want to do and not what other people want me to do. And I think that goes back to breaking. I feel like a lot of these B-boys are amazingly talented, but it doesn't look like they're doing it for them. They're just doing it for the check, or they're doing it because they know this move is going to help them win and progress. So I think it's important that we realize that you have one life, and you got to pick that life, and choose the right way in that path, and do what you want to do, not what other people want to do. Don't break how other people want you to break. Don't break because that move is going to, if
make you win.
Yeah, if that move is going to make you win, but you don't feel that move, like, I feel like we don't break that down enough. It's like, I have tons of moves that I could do. Like, there's lots of moves that you guys have never seen that I can do, but I don't feel anything from it when I do those moves. They're probably, like, entertaining and visually, entertaining, but for me, physically and mentally, it's not an impact on me, so I don't do it. First time watching, we appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in.
That's right.
We got another question. Where is one country that you would less like to go back to if there is one? China. Even though
less like?
I love every, country. I support all B-boys and B-girls. And I love China, but I don't think I'd go back there because, one, the trip, and then two, it was just too many B-boys, like, it was like, I couldn't use the bathroom. There was like 4,000 people ripping my shirt, and I would turn around just out of reflex to punch them. And it's a little Asian boy fucking ripping my shirt, taking a photo. It was just crazy. Like, I go to the bathroom and there's cameras, and I was just like, it was just too crazy. Here in LA, no one gives a fuck about me, but like in China, I don't know. It was crazy.
My breaking life is IBE. When I went to IBE in 2006.
Oh, that was your best time. Check out, what year was that?
2006.
Put that on. Fuck the. Yeah, dude. That's what I liked about Smurf too. Is like, because we came from the streets, and that built character, it's just stood out from the other B-boys. Everybody else were trying to look like, but like
with the TV, Justin.
We were just raw. We were just like gritty, dirty hand raw. Like like everybody dressed in pro kids. We had like
Converse and
Dickies and flat, and we were just coming in raw. Like we were just. There was no doubt. But yeah, this is the one where Smurf went to IBE and everybody was like, who's this little fucker?
Though I love IBE, but I spent the weekend watching IBE footage, and I just kept seeing the same moves, man. I'm sorry, yo. Like all IBE battles, it was air flare, air chair freeze. It's like so much of the same shit, and nobody top rocked. On top of that, all these top B-boys that are all-stars, they're all crashing.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Little G, but I'm sorry I gotta put you on blast. Little G crashes so much to be that dope. He shouldn't be crashing that much. My personal opinion. I've had a drink. I hope you guys don't mind.
No, but I agree with Smurf with if you're gonna be on top, man, like you gotta be on top. Like I don't know all this like sponsorships all over your shirt or shit talking, all these other B-boys shit talking or whatever the case. Like if you're gonna be on top, if you're gonna enter in 3 different crews as a team and lose all the time, or this goes for everybody. This goes from all these teams and these sports athlete kind of mentality. You better be on top, like and like the whole thing is like train as much as you want, because physically it's going to help you greatly, but if you're not breaking and really doing it for yourself, then just don't even like find another route or something, because like I don't know, man, like I got so much love for this, and I know a lot of these people do too, but it's like we got to go back to like feeling this, like not doing it for the check, not doing it for someone else, doing it for yourself. I don't know, like it's just like there's something real that's been forgotten in this breaking, and like it's not just me, it's not me talking shit.
It's true.
You know it within yourself, and a lot of people are saying it, and I'm just saying what people won't say, and I'm doing it because I'm a friend of hip-hop, and I'm a friend of all these B-boys and B-girls, but, like, we got to wake up a little bit, man, because one thing is, yes, you have to brand yourself. You have to support what you love, and you have to do what you're doing, because we're getting older, and you have to do something. You got to do what you love, and you got to brand yourself and do it right. But then that goes into doing it right in all aspects. If you're not doing this and doing, not doing that jam because you don't feel that jam or because you don't like that song, then don't do it. Do it because you love this shit. It goes all way. It's not. There's not one side of the coin. Like. You
know what though? When you say do it, I feel like you, for example, there's nothing. You just break because that's all you know how to do. Like you just hear music and you just want to fucking move. Like if you feel like you have an option, maybe you shouldn't be doing it. Like if you feel like you have an option in your mind or in your heart that says, oh, should I go? Should I? It shouldn't be a question.
Yeah. Again, thank you for everybody tuning in on YouTube. Subscribe, share, and like so we can help bring more content for you every week. We also have a VR 360 live stream on Facebook right now, JesseCasperBrown. We had a question that said, basically it said, how many competitions did we lose before we started winning? And to tell you honestly, I couldn't even count. I mean, Smurf and myself would enter jams back in the day in LA, dude, like 2001 and 2. That's not even back in the day, but it's been a while.
Yeah. 10 years at least, more than 10 years.
Yeah, no more. And there'd be a jam every week. There'd be a shitty jam or a big jam every week, and we'd lose all of them. And then, people stopped laughing. People stopped, because back then there was a lot of, like, people would just not vote for us, even if we smoked someone. I know a few crews we battled, I still remember, and we fried them up, and they'd still be like, nope. Like they were just giving it to the big names. But we didn't care. We just kept battling in the ciphers, kept battling. No one could really handle our style. And we just kept battling until they couldn't do that. They couldn't lie anymore. They tried, but they just couldn't. People would start booing because we lost. We started losing, and people were booing. The judges and the whole crowd would boo until they just couldn't do that no more. And they go, all right, you win. Like, it was hard. It was hard back. It was way harder, like. I don't know. It's just funny because like going back to the B-Boy Born and battle, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, that's such a big deal." It's like, dude, that was like every week for me. I grew up with Smurf. Like we battled people every week. That wasn't a new thing to me. It might have been new for Korea, but it wasn't new for me.
There's a question from Captain Santi, and it says, "When did you guys start believing in yourself?" It's hard. Everybody wants to say, "Oh yeah, I'm the shit," but it's really hard to truly believe in yourself. And I believe that I start to believe with myself when I start putting in a lot of work. So if I stay out of the scene, if I stay lazy, if I don't create nothing, then I stop believing in myself. But when I start creating shit and I start making movements, it's easier to believe in yourself because you got something to fall back on. So I think that having the vision and seeing yourself being believed in and doing the work, knowing that you're going to be believed in, is what makes you believe in yourself. Like, I know that what we're doing now is special. It's more than that. I know that 10 years from now, you're going to look back at this and enjoy it. So I have that vision of this is being more than just something that we do on a Wednesday and just make
it's our life, you know, like battling. I've said it before, breaking, this isn't a battle, it's my life. You know, life is a battle. And I believe in this 150%. That's why we ask for donations, because we're not making any money. We're doing this out of our pockets every week for you guys, because I know even if at some point we just can't afford this anymore, I know that, you know, maybe 1 or 2 B-boys or B-girls are going to, you know, be uplifted because of the guests we bring and what we talk about, because there needs to be something like this. Even within your crew and within your friends and family, like, we need to talk and communicate to help each other grow. And believing. It's all about believing. I mean, it's like when we go back, if you don't believe in yourself, don't even do it. You know, it's like you have to believe in yourself.
If it's not in your heart, it's really hard to like try to do something when it's not in your heart. So you can't believe in it unless it's in your heart already.
Yeah.